fucking half an hour.
Please
Ready.
don't start it. You know what phone I want to get?
Hold on. Let's make sure he's going. Are you going yet? Fuck, man. Jesus Christ. What phone do you want to get?
Oh, people have that fold, the huge, massive phone. It's just enormous. That's too big. I really want the Galaxy Z Flip 4.
That's the
just
one
like a
where
flip
the
phone.
screen folds in half.
Oh, yeah, it did like an old style flip phone, but
Yeah, but it's the screen part that's actually folding. It's not two screens
Right, yeah.
divided. It's yeah.
It's
I've
gay.
been seeing a lot of ads for that, and I think we're starting to trend towards smaller phones again, is what people want. And the best way to do that is have a screen that can actually bend.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I don't think they have any idea what people want. They don't care what people want. They just make a product, something new, and they send it out to you. They could give a fuck what you want. And then they put so many ads in front of your face. Wow, you look puffy.
Yeah,
Yeah, a little puffy. They
I have a big ass bug bite on my arm. Look at that.
they throw so many fucking ads in front of you. Then
good spot.
Yeah, I know,
why
right?
why would you want to go backwards in time?
I don't want to go backwards. I just think it's a cool looking phone. I know that they don't care what we like, or else they would have kept the auxiliary port and other features such as, you know,
expandable memory. Yeah, exactly.
They took that out.
Oh, they haven't been in phones for generations because they want you to pay an extra $300
So, okay.
for a better phone.
But when, like, with your OnePlus, when they give you enough memory, it doesn't fucking matter.
Oh,
Mine
yeah.
has 64 gigs in it, which 64 gigs seems like a lot, but it's really not.
I've got 250 or 128, and I've hit my cap.
So would you
I have 128, and I am like basically 90 gigs away from filling up everything. I mean,
I'm like
it's crazy.
5 gigs.
Yeesh. I also have a lot of apps on my phone though, so a lot of
Oh,
porn.
I basically have no apps.
Have you
no
ever
videos.
showed
Grindr
him
cache.
the video of you running out naked?
That's a good call.
It really is. And if you could, we'll send that to me and we'll put it up on the podcast.
I don't think we need to do that.
Dude, you're not naked.
I'm very naked.
You see nothing.
I couldn't be more naked than I am in that video. You see a lot. Yeah, I'll send it to you.
So what? You have like a peanut penis or what? Because I can't see anything.
I do. Let me tell you when I'm
Can you
soft.
Can you put it in landscape mode so we can actually see it? Fuck's sakes! You still didn't put it in landscape mode.
What the
What do I
fuck?
need to put it in landscape? You can see everything
Why would
so
anybody
clearly.
want to see that?
I don't. Yeah.
What
There
is
you go.
it? What is it
gold.
from?
That's him just being an idiot, running out with his man tits, hiding his little junk, and then there's my butthole.
Huh. Okay.
Do you feel like a better person now that
No,
you've seen that?
I could have gone without seeing it.
So we had Ron come over and do the hot ones, and surprisingly, Ron was a champ. At least we thought he was until you rewatch the video. If you watch the video, when he decided to do 2 bombs in a row, because Ron likes his food, he struggled. He struggled.
Yeah.
You could see his eyes watering. Andrew was struggling too.
I was struggling hard.
Nothing like on what you see on their fucking little program, though. My son came out, made Nikki come out.
Oh, I'm sure they barely put any of it on there.
On what? On theirs?
Sauce. Yeah.
No, they fucking put it in a bag and they wrestle it around.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Do you see them do that?
No, but they show how they prepare it.
There's no way Sean would lie to us. He wouldn't.
Who's Sean? That's the host?
Yeah.
How do you know his name?
Because he says
the
his
hot ones?
name during every fucking video.
Okay.
I'm Sean Evans, and this is Hot Ones. I don't know
Really?
if that's his last name.
Sean, whatever.
Mendez.
But we're putting big dollops on there, and then we're putting it directly on our tongues. And
Yeah, fuck that.
nothing was bad until we got to the bomb. Once we got to the bomb, then it was like, have you eaten a habanero before?
Just like a raw.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. It was like a habanero. It wasn't any worse. And then when you went on to the next steps, they weren't any hotter, even though they said the Scovilles were hotter.
It was like a
Well, that's
15th
because
of
your
what the max
tongue was probably already numb. Your taste buds were
no.
fucking shutting down to
There was no-
protect your
No.
mental health. And
Okay, so you've never eaten a habanero before. Your whole mouth, lips, tongue, everything is on fire. So I expected an elevation of that, but there was none. And then it turned out the second from the last, the 666, actually tasted good. The Apollo was nothing to me. The hot one is Apollo. The 2 million Scoville, right? It was nothing. Like I was putting it on my finger off camera, and I believe on camera, and licking it. It was nothing. But that fucking Da Bomb is like battery acid in your fucking mouth.
We have to have someone on that can that's willing to do the one chip challenge.
I'm willing to do it.
Are you?
Yeah.
Because I'm not. You're not
Why?
gonna make me do it.
Why?
Because
I'm not making you do
I
anything.
gave one. I told my buddy, "Hey, take this chip, and I'll give you $20," and he did it.
Yeah.
And it wrecked him hard for like an hour. He was just miserable.
Who is this?
This is someone that eats hot sauce all the time.
Okay. So I'm willing to do it. It's 300,000 Scovilles. So it's in between the bomb and the other one. So I think we should do it.
The one chip.
Yeah, but it's like $26 a chip.
What?
Yeah, for one fucking chip.
I go
I looked
at-
it up
at
on Amazon because I was going to
7-Eleven.
buy 3 of them.
There's one right down the street at 7-Eleven. It's
Well,
like $10.
save your money if you're thinking of buying me one because that shit's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I know you don't do anything, Taylor. Okay,
Taylor's got the most common sense out of any of us.
common
Just can't
sense,
blame
but
him for
we're
that.
doing
I
it. We're doing it for the podcast.
I don't like to do things that hurt me.
But it doesn't really hurt. None of it
No,
hurt. It's,
Oh, it hurt.
it was like 5 minutes of like, ow, this is fucking annoying, but that was it. He's fucking on the little podcast. You can see him just drinking cup after cup of milk,
I did drink like 4 glasses.
and then he went out of control. The producer went out of control because Apollo didn't really affect him. The 2 million Scovilles, so he decided he was going to do Da Bomb. Next thing you know, he's outside puking. Because
No thanks to you. You're the biggest inhibitor. Like
no, I did
on
with
the
Nikki.
planet.
I did with Nikki. So when my other son came out, I said, "Hey, this is mild one," and I juiced him up with the Da Bomb, and he was fine with it. So just throw it on the ground. It's fine. I'll pick it up later. What do we got?
It's fucking hot out.
Another heat wave.
It's not uncommon. What's uncommon
It's
is
been, we've had like 1,200-degree days this year.
what's uncommon is we don't get rain anymore. Like when I was growing up,
It rained yesterday, just a bit.
it sprinkled for like 5 seconds. I was outside, naked, outside, running around in the backyard, and it sprinkled for like 3 minutes. That was it.
Got to keep the
Yeah.
resale value down in the neighborhood, don't you?
Yeah.
I saw your neighbors are building a giant shop in their backyard too.
It's kind of skinny but long one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing it's 24 by, like, how long is this? 50. So, but it's taller. He's going for the,
Yeah,
I need to get
noticed
an
it was
RV in
taller.
there. Yeah. So when I built my shop, it saved $4,000 by not going another 4 feet higher.
Yeah.
So it was a no-brainer. I don't have an RV. I'm not going to get an RV.
Let's
So,
get a short RV.
short RV. Okay.
You should have built it taller to build living space up there because your kids are never going to be able to move out and find their own home.
Who are we talking about? Like, what kids are we talking
The
about?
ones that are still at home.
Like-
Obviously not your daughters who are out and living on their own.
Yeah, I know, but like, my kids are going to be fine.
You say that.
I know that.
Okay.
It's just a given. I'll show you what.
When he's living down in your basement at 35.
Well,
I
We'll
wish
talk
I was living
again.
in my parents' basement.
Me too.
Save some
because
money.
I'd be saving so much fucking money.
Mm.
so what me and Chris are doing right now, we started looking at lake places, and it's not a reality. It's not a reality.
Not until the market completely crashes again.
That could be coming real quick.
Yeah.
So I brought this up on the podcast like a year ago, Evergrande. And Taylor said, well, how does this fucking affect me? So China's Evergrande's their biggest. You've heard about it now, right?
No.
I told you about it last time on the fucking podcast, like a year ago.
It was
So
a year ago.
so
Who's gonna
Evergrande
remember
finally, I think they finally got bailed out by China. So it's the biggest scam in China. Their real estate market is super inflated. Here it's like in New York, it's 10 to 1 your wages to buy something. Over there, it's 25 to 1. So they have ghost cities that have been erected.
Yeah.
And what that means is, so when you own a house, and let's say you buy it for $10,000, you can refinance it, right? For whatever, $400,000. And so the value, because the value of the house is $400,000. So these people go in, they build these luxury apartments that nobody goes in, and they get a loan against the value of that, so they get money for that. But nobody goes in them to rent them out and to pay back that loan. So what they do in China is they build another apartment building
using the loan they got from the first one.
Yeah, it's a fucking scam. And so, but nobody occupies it, so they can't get paid back for it. But they keep increasing it and increasing it. So they have these ghost cities over there.
Boy, that bubble won't pop.
The bubble is popping right now.
I can't imagine that ever. That doesn't sound like a bad idea. Why don't we do that over here?
I've seen
Well, they do.
pictures of it. Yeah, these cities are huge.
And there's
there's like 35 people living in the whole city.
and there's like 20, 25 different cities that are ghost cities that are as big, if not bigger than Spokane. Just
That's nuts.
ginormous. So that bubble is ready to pop. China's ready to go into a massive depression. We got food shortages coming up. We got fucking oil and gas, even though it's dropping right
To
now.
be fair, we've had food shortages for the last like year or two.
But it didn't affect us.
We don't buy a whole lot of food from China though. We make most of our food in the U.S., I think.
So me and Chris, we bought a cow from Crow something. I can't remember. I wanted to give him a shout out for $1,200, half a cow. And we're still eating off that because I bought another quarter of a cow from one of my friends out of work, George. So we're still eating off that. But they sent me an email asking me if I wanted to purchase another half cow from them. So from $1,200, it went up to $1,800 this year. So
Nice, 50% increase.
close to that. It's just insane.
That's 50%.
Huh?
That's 50%.
1,200 to 1,800?
Yeah, that's 50% of 1,200.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
So I was gonna say exactly 50%.
So it's just insane how much food prices have gone up.
yeah,
So we might have food, but you might not be able to fucking afford it.
We should start growing our food. We just need. Can we grow some food in your backyard?
That's what they used to do.
Offset the cost. So
No, they didn't offset the cost.
No,
My
that's what-
grandparents
it's
used
not
to
we're gonna be-
can stuff, used to have a huge fucking garden.
Dwayne used to have ambitions of having a microgreens.
Microgreens, yeah.
like what they do in China or Japan.
What they do in the cities and here, because microgreens are super expensive. You sell them to restaurants. I just didn't think that our city, with the amount of restaurants in it, could support it because it's a high-end kind of deal.
Yeah.
You'd have to be in a bigger
Get a
city.
greenhouse. What does a greenhouse cost? Start growing some plants.
So the microgreens you could do in this room.
I was thinking of the vertical gardens that they do over in Japan.
Yeah, no, it's
Their farms, their vertical farms.
The problem is our energy prices are too high. So it's net zero.
Get some solar panels. Maybe I'll
Dude,
I'll
I had
give
the
you
dude
some
come
money.
out and fucking give me the pitch for fucking solar panels. Just what was it? I told you about it. Did I tell you about it?
I don't think I've ever heard you talk about anything in your life.
I can bring up the fucking thing. It was like $38,000, and it was just like, what?
Yeah, to get the whole kit and have someone else install it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super pricey.
It was
Why don't you install it
ridiculous.
yourself?
I'm looking into it because I'm kind of handy, so I'm looking into it because it's about 12 grand. And so there is payback there. I don't got to wait fucking 50 years for the payback. And since I am 50, I'm never going to make it to 100.
Except the Vista's currently fucking all of Spokane
How so?
because in some areas they won't even allow you. They won't even pay you for your electricity. They will only allow it
Yeah.
to offset your electrical costs.
So that's true.
which is fucked up.
But that's been the case. So it's called net metering.
Well, it's been the case
net
because
metering.
the electricity and gas companies have a fucking monopoly on
They have
every area
monopolies.
they
They have
operate
monopolies.
in.
So Avista, who service our area, they will not allow net metering. And what that means is whatever you produce, you can only produce down to zero. Oh, got a text. Is it
Yeah.
Robin?
Yep.
What does Robin have to say today?
That she forgot I was doing a podcast today.
Oh, God. Sorry, Robin. All right, so the first thing I want to bring up is the school loan forgiveness. It's the first thing I want to bring up. So I'm just going to make a few points and then I'm going to pass it on to you guys. I have problems with this because there is no forgiveness. It just immediately goes to our national debt. So that's my first problem. There's ways to pay for it. So, okay, I'm a proponent of giving people a break, but you're not fixing anything.
No.
You're not adjusting the cost of college for future people that are going to college. So it does nothing. So what, every 5 years are we going to have this forgiveness where we add to the national debt? That's already $30 trillion. My second problem with this is all these Yahoo cunts that come out and say, oh, now I'm going to have to pay for your college. You loser, you're down in your parents' basement playing fucking video games, not paying back your school debts. No, motherfucker. This is the people that teach your children. This is the people that come and protect you when you call 911. These are the people that put out house fires. These are the people that go, like my wife, a social worker, that have these student loans. These are the people that invent your phones, that make your car better, that do oil and gas. These are the people that do everything for you, you stupid fucking cunts. So those are my 2 points I wanted to make on it. I don't know. I'll open it up to you guys, see what you want to say about it.
I think he pussed out.
Who pussed out?
Biden. He should have gone big.
Just
Cancel
wiped
all.
it.
It's going to
all
be
student debt.
hung up in the courts. It's going to be until next year before anybody can even fucking file to get their loans forgiven. He should have just gone all the way. He should have just said, everybody's loans forgiven, regardless of how much you owe. End of story. It's a one-time thing.
But that doesn't solve
No,
anything going forward.
But it's not meant to. This whole thing isn't, regardless of how much you're letting people just write off, it's not meant to change anything. It's just meant to give relief to the people who currently have loans.
Free schooling is socialist bullshit. So
What is?
free schooling, education. Why would we have to pay for other people's education?
Right.
Why would we have libraries be free?
The reason nobody bitches.
That's a socialist program. Same with firefighters and
Right. Police, military.
like. Why would we have socialist programs in the U.S. when
Well, I know people that are like,
socialism bad?
I already paid off my loans. This is unfair.
It was bad for me,
And-
so it should be bad for everyone.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not benefiting from this, so none of you fuckers should benefit from it either. Like, that mindset is so fucking permeated in
Yeah,
like the life of both sides of the aisle that it's just ridiculous. It's like there's a guy at work who complains about me being able to take paid family medical leave.
Can we use his first name?
No.
Why not?
Because I said no. And he bitches about it. And it's like he complains because he already had kids a while ago and he's not having any more. So he can't take advantage of it in the same way that I am.
He wouldn't complain if he was having a kid and could take advantage of it.
Well, exactly. But he's past that point in his life, so he bitches about it. It's
That's
like,
unfair.
seriously, dude? It's like, this is how we move forward as a society. Shit changes and you don't always get to benefit from it, but your kids will.
I'm sure
your
if you asked him.
grandkids will.
I don't-
If you asked
But
him
he
if you're
doesn't
having
give a
kid-
fuck because he's so goddamn selfish. The fact that he personally can't benefit from it, he thinks nobody else should benefit from it.
What's his first name
What
start
is
with?
selfish fuck is his first name.
Selfish
Is it
fuck.
someone you work with in your department, or is it a different department?
Just someone at Kaiser.
That's too specific. Now I know who it is.
No,
Well,
you don't.
You can say you know who it is, but I know a lot of fucking people at Kaiser, and
Yeah,
I'm
they
there
have the
for
sa-
every
they have the
single one
same
of the
mindset.
shifts. So
It's not like half the people at Kaiser don't agree with what
When-
he's saying, anyways.
When somebody gets a raise or something good happens for somebody, aren't you supposed to be happy for them?
No,
no, you're supposed to be jealous.
it's not
Jealous.
benefiting me at all.
Yeah.
Why should life be better for you when I'm not getting a raise?
Yeah, if they get a raise, they should have to pay for our meals when we go out, right?
Well, they didn't deserve it.
I mean, I should benefit from someone else getting a raise, shouldn't I?
Yeah. So it just kind of, it's irritating that we fight amongst ourselves again about something. So you're giving a break to people who actually deserve it, who the burden is on.
You're giving a break to people who, in every single other industrialized country in the world, have been getting those breaks for decades, if not longer.
So I get
The
this.
U.S. is the standout shithole country that doesn't allow things like paid family leave, free college that's included in the taxes you pay. Most of the benefits that are out there in the world, we don't even fucking get.
It's
Third
so
world country with the first world military.
Yeah, that's basically it. We're a third world country with nuclear weapons. That's basically the only thing the U.S. has going for it.
What do you want to say? Do you disagree, Dwayne?
I disagree that we're the third world country. But here's the problem: as our tax base has shrunk, states and government have not contributed to the education of our country. Now, a lot of people
Some states are.
like Washington State.
Well, I mean, Washington's not doing super, but it's still like what, 7th out of the whole nation?
It's $27,000 a year to go down to WSU.
Oh, we're talking about college.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm
yeah.
talking about K through 12.
So
No, the college system in the United States is an absolute fucking disaster.
Because there's no-
Every one of us should be embarrassed about it.
because there's no state and there's no federal money. They've cut how much money goes to these facilities. I looked it up, and the top person in the state who makes the most money of all the state
College
employees
coaches.
is UW's
Yeah, fucking
or WSU's football coach.
Football fucking coaches, yeah.
That's half the U.S., right? It's half the U.S. the highest paid state employee.
Yeah, it's just absolutely ridiculous. But the blowback I get is from these dipshits is not everybody needs to go to college. Not everybody needs to go to college. No, here's my problem with that.
That's like almost completely untrue.
Here's my problem with that. When and a good example of this is Dee, when she graduated as an engineer, my daughter, the one that I went on the podcast but never comes on. She graduated as an engineer. Now, down to WSU, when she graduated, engineers were the majority of the people graduating at that time. You can dislodge the base by screwing it and moving it if you need to.
Screw that base.
Screw it. But when people were getting called up, I heard their names being called, and it was like, blah, blah, from India, rah, 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 from wherever. So, like 90% of the people that were graduating as engineers were not from the United States. It was a small percentage. So anybody who says that we don't need people going to college, we're getting dumber, and other countries are getting smarter, and they're going to pass us by.
We've never been an intelligent country, though, have we?
No.
Oh, fuck, we invent everything. We invent
Yes,
everything.
We pull people
We
from
had a-
Germany.
We had a
to
war
invent
over
things.
whether it was okay to enslave people.
Yeah,
We are not. We have never been.
Think about it, though.
Arguably overly smart country.
Okay, but we invent everything, even if it goes somewhere else. Like that LCD TV that's up there right now, that's our technology that we just kind of didn't do anything with. We're getting dumber as a society.
I will agree with that.
Other countries are passing us by. So when you say, well, there's needs in the trade, yeah, there is needs in the trade, but there's needs outside of the trade too. And if we don't make college reasonable for people to go, then we're all getting stupider in the United States.
A good example is that people like to say, "Oh yeah, construction work, it's good work." You know, being part of a company that builds houses or constructs skyscrapers, you know, you don't need a college education to be a part of those companies. But then again, there wouldn't be anybody who could build shit if you didn't have someone with an architect degree designing the shit. You know, with there are plenty of degrees out there that a lot of the industry depends on, like even fucking Kaiser.
Yeah.
You think those rolling mills would work if they didn't have someone with a college education designing them? Fuck no, they wouldn't.
Why don't
Okay.
we have like a Hunger Games situation where we have 10 people, right?
Right.
We have 2 people win the lottery, go to college. 2 people win the lottery and go to trades, and then the other 6 people can be wage slaves and build houses.
Okay,
What do
so
you think?
Taylor brings that's a great idea. Taylor brings up a good point, but he's not being realistic with this. The people, the slaves that are on the bottom haven't gone to college, but management has, right? So
Maybe.
in the construction field, for the most part.
Yeah, for the most part.
So it's the bottom tier of society in the trades that they don't give a fuck about, that you are a used up slave.
Yep.
It's the other people that have to go to college and stuff. So there is so many people that have gone to college. I say lift yourself up, go to college for something that's worthwhile, and not an art degree, because there's no fucking jobs out there. Find out what there's good in it. We're just getting dumber as a society. I didn't even know what critical thinking was until I went to fucking college, for fuck's sakes.
Yeah, they taught us that in elementary school.
Well, good for you. That's because you're from Seattle.
Yep. Had Microsoft and Apple supporting our schools.
Yeah. I don't even know what that means.
You had Crazy Willie's barbecue supporting yours.
Dung, 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 dung. So that's one thing that I wanted to bring up.
If
No.
we're already on the topic of schools, why do we make kids go to school for 8 hours a day, mandatory, but then have them pay for their own lunches? They're like indentured servants. They have these debt that they have hanging over their head when they're in elementary school.
So what can we? So here,
Or why do you force kids to go to school and then force them to bring their own supplies that they then have to share with the class?
God, you're being one of them cunts.
I'm just saying.
I know, well,
If people are gonna bring up these topics and
I
bitch
know.
about them, we may as well talk about
okay,
them.
but I've always
Sounds like socialism to me.
no, I've always had enough money where our kids went to school with supplies, and it's okay that they have to share them with other kids that can't afford them. So I'm okay with that.
Yeah, what are you, white?
I'm white. Oh yeah, I just have always worked, Andrew. I've always tried.
I'm
sorry.
Fucking quit it. You're
Quit
making
it.
everyone else look bad.
No, so we have to be able to pay for stuff. We can't continue to keep taking out these huge debts that somebody else in our society is going to pay for. So I understand the government can't afford. So Mississippi right now, they can't even afford their fucking water system. Flint, Michigan still isn't fucking fixed. There's like 3 police officers in a city the size of Spokane running around trying to solve murders. It's, you know, there's got to be money to pay for stuff, right?
Nukes. We got money to pay for.
So why in our societies
They
is
don't need money to pay for stuff in Mississippi, though, because the blue states give them all the federal funding they need.
no, that's not the way it works. So this money that's deemed for the inner city, where the populace is, right, is supposed to go to the inner cities, but the governor and the people in charge, the Republicans. Why you vote against yourself every fucking time makes no sense.
I was gonna say, then that sounds like a problem with the voters.
Goes to the suburbs. So you get new, because of course, if you're going to attract a strip mall, which you definitely need, right? You need more fucking Shopgoes and Targets and fucking all this. Then that money has to go for infrastructure out in the suburbs, away from the bad people in the inner city.
No, it's
when the
just-
money was destined to fix what was in the inner city.
Well, but if they fix all the problems in the inner city, then more people will move there, people will prosper, and then more people will inevitably realize, oh fuck, these Republicans aren't in it for our interests.
Well, that's something I want to bring up. I really want to bring up, what are Republicans for?
Nothing. As far as I can tell, I mean, forced pregnancy is the only thing in recent memory that I think they've actually gotten really excited for.
Well, I want to bring up
Because they obviously don't care about taxes. I mean, once Trump got his bullshit thing in the way,
yeah.
I mean, they were happy with that, but that's really the only accomplishment Trump made in his entire presidency.
You know what my guidance counselor told me to do
What?
when I told him I want to be a cop when I grew up? He told me to, well, it makes sense, but he just told me to join the military. Which makes sense if you're a cop.
Were you
but I also
shit-
brought up
hold
the
on,
fact
were
I
you-
want to be a chef, and he said also join the military.
Were you a shitty student?
No.
Because you read well. So that's odd.
Maybe he just wanted him to die.
Maybe.
I did.
He had short hair back
I
then.
was a tool,
very,
right?
very clean cut.
But it was always.
I mean, we were still in Afghanistan when he was graduating from high school, so.
You talk about our new foreman, and he said he joined the Navy the day, like 8 hours after he graduated high school.
Wow.
And I just think, we have very predatory. We've got, we have.
Hey,
recruiters
little kid
have a
who's
minimum.
never been out in the world before. I'll give you a sweet 30 grand if you join the Marines.
Here's a charger for 20% APR and financing, and here's a wife that'll divorce you after she bangs your friends.
I'm confused why. Because white collar, clean cut, you read well, so I'm guessing you got good grades in school. I'm interested why he wanted you to go into the military.
We also had recruiters there like once a week.
Yeah, but yeah, student counselors are fucked.
Letting recruiters for the military into high schools is fucked.
I was very close to joining the Navy. I was at the recruiter and took my ASVAB, but just didn't because I thought I was in love. That's what we should do. Republicans should mandate you can't get a girlfriend
Yeah,
until you're 18.
makes
Until
sense.
after the chance you have to join the military.
Unless you knock her up,
Well, yeah.
then you have
that's-
responsibilities, and you have to go into the military. So
Or you know what we should do? We should say you can't breed until you've gotten through college. Then all the stupid would die out.
They'd be able to pad their pockets with the private prisons. You know, we'd
Well,
have
but see, the
prisons, twice as many
population would
prisons full
plummet.
of. Yeah, that's a good call.
More space for everybody, more resources for everybody, less stupid, spreading their seed around.
They already want forced pregnancies because they don't care after you're born. They just want you to join the military.
Well, think about the Republicans. They love capitalism, but they hate where the money's made. Every country, every population center in
Well,
the
yeah,
United States that
'cause
makes money,
They hate science because it constantly proves their bullshit.
they're just dying. So they love capitalism, but they hate where the money comes from. California, Washington, New York, all
College educated areas.
of yeah,
Blue states.
blue states.
Yeah. No, they
Um,
love Texas though.
They love Texas.
They love Texas because they're
steers and queers.
ripping fuel out of the.
I love
earth.
Texas too.
That's
There's a lot of people there. We only have 40 subscribers, so we need like a few more. Texas is great with your abortion bans and your book burning.
That's okay. New Mexico just invested like $100,000 to build a big ass abortion clinic right on the Texas border. So
100 grand.
go New Mexico. Well, I mean, $100,000 for a company to encourage a company to build one there.
What
So
about
they're
stem
just
cell
putting forth
research?
money.
They give just the aborted fetuses to
Yeah.
like
To
help.
old people to make them young again.
If
Fucking
we don't- we
inject it
don't-
right in my cock.
There's no way anyone not in the 1% would be able to afford that anyways. You'd think that people that are, the actual powers that be, you'd think they'd be just dumping money into stem cell research, which I'm sure some are.
But then they'd
So that
never
they
get
could
to
live
go
forever.
see God.
So,
They'd never get to have Jesus's cock in their mouth.
right.
They'd also invest a bunch of money into NASA and space programs so they can go fly up.
I
go
know
see
you'd
God.
think the Republicans would be like heavily investing in like anything space because they want to live forever, right? They want to
Yeah.
prosper, and
But they are
I don't-
living forever.
I think the ability to prosper on Earth is pretty limited at this point.
You'd think they'd
They are living forever.
More
It's
than
it's
would-
like when a Muslim goes and blows himself up. He gets 100 and whatever virgins.
72
172?
on one. I think it's just 72.
72.
Let's
okay.
let's
So
let's
you
point this out and be fair. If you're going to advertise your religion, when you die you get 100 virgins. That's the way to go. Not like Christianity.
not.
It's like when you die, you go up into heaven and you get to spend the rest of eternity with God and
Taylor,
Jesus and your family.
Taylor, have you
And
been
then
with
then you sit there and go, God, I fucking hated my family.
Taylor? Have you
Heaven's gonna be miserable.
Taylor? Have you been with a virgin before?
Sure.
How was it?
Horrible.
It was horrible.
Yeah, the first time always sucks.
What if it doesn't even say that they're female, so you can get
Oh shit!
72 they thems.
I might be up there just getting ass railed. Is what from a fucking Muslim son of a bitch. I didn't even think about
72
that.
of them are gonna hold
Wow.
hold you down and have a train on you.
Fuck, man. Yeah, because I got to service all of them right when they blow it. Ah, la, 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 la.
It's an eternity.
Next thing you know, I'm
of-
getting fucking
Yeah,
getting rocked.
I think a comedian did that one.
Yeah.
That he didn't want 101 virgins. He wanted like 101 slutty chicks who actually knew
Fuck
what
yeah,
they were doing.
whores, whores. Not just just
But remember, the whores aren't in heaven; they're in hell. Which has convinced me that if heaven and hell exist, hell's going to be the happening place.
except
Like
you're
all the cool
That was
people,
gonna be fun.
like all the inventors, all the intellectuals, they're all down in hell.
here's the beauty.
And you got priests that rape children that are fucking up in heaven. Why the fuck would I want to go there? Mormons that are, doing whatever they do, blessing graves of dead people to send their spirits up to heaven and shit like that. Why the fuck would I want to be with these people?
Brown people, is that what you're saying? That's it.
Here's one beauty though. Since you-
Isn't it against the law to be a Mormon and be brown?
Is it?
I don't know. It's
no,
Utah.
no, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard
Obviously,
in my life.
I'm being facetious.
I thought you said Muslim, not
because
Mormon.
it's Utah.
But the beauty of this, because I was thinking,
Oh yeah, because it's a very clean city.
how would you like to get your balls burned? But then I realized that neither one of you have hair on your balls. down in hell, so you'd be fine.
We got stubble.
Stubble. It burns off quick. You'd be fine. All right, so...
You ever use Nair on your balls?
No, we talked about this before. I've never used anything on my balls. You said you used it on a patch of skin. Do you guys want to...
Let's bring in a bottle of Nair.
Yeah.
We can Nair on
Isn't
the
that
podcast.
the shit you that like foams on and you just like wipe the hair off?
And
Well,
leaves a
we-
nice
That
red
can't
patch.
be healthy. That can't
Well, we
be
could do it in my
healthy for
backyard.
you.
We could do it in my backyard and just spray it off.
I'm not fucking putting
It's
Nair
gonna
anywhere on
burn.
me.
Nothing for the
badly.
podcast. Jesus. What are you going to do for the podcast? What is your
I'm
plan
here.
for the podcast?
I'm here and now.
Yeah, we're all here and now.
Yeah?
We're always here and
Can we
now.
put
Okay.
hair on like a nipple of yours?
No.
You've got a very hairy chest, don't
Yeah,
you?
let's do your
Yeah,
chest.
I have an extremely hairy chest.
That's a good idea.
My buddy, hang on. You know the one that got his chest waxed? He
Yeah.
said he would wax his gooch, so
His
I'm gonna
gooch.
pay for him to do that.
We can't
Sure.
watch that. It can't be on camera.
Well,
You could just blur it out.
we gotta find someone. We gotta find a.
that might be funny in and of itself, just to show it happening with just a bunch of pixelated shit there, so you can't
That's the
actually
thing is
see
they
it
wouldn't let
happening.
us back and watch him get waxed. So we gotta find a place that would.
I want to.
We could. I'll ask him if we could nair him.
How
on
long did it take
camera.
you to grow your hair out?
Like 3 years.
Just
There's
fucking
no
just
way it's
shampoo
getting
with
this
that son of a
long again.
bitch.
This is the only hair I'm ever growing on top of my head.
We could shampoo that fucker. Just nair. We could give you like a faux hawk or something. That'd be sweet. So the other thing in the news is obviously Trump. Taylor, you've read a lot about this, I'm assuming.
Maybe. It depends
So-
on what you're referencing.
So can he declassify the records?
He could, but that doesn't mean they belong to him.
Okay, so why don't you go through that for us real quick?
I'm trying to think of a pun for love on the tennis court.
A pun?
Yeah, because there was no.
I
love.
mean, what it
No
comes
love
down
that
to
night on the
is there
tennis
has
court.
to be a paper trail for declassifying documents, and Trump is just saying, I put a standing order that anything that leaves the secure area is hereby declassified.
Right,
And
so-
that's just not how it works.
So what they need to do to declassify something is they need to go back and redact stuff. So what that means for everybody who doesn't know,
No, they don't have to redact.
they
anything.
certainly do. If it's SCI or something like that
No,
with
that
names
stuff,
in it.
That stuff basically can't even be declassified.
if
Or at least it absolutely shouldn't be
it's like
declassified.
75% is blacked out. and they
Well,
only
that's
keep
what
the subtle
redacting
words.
means. That's
They
what
keep, like,
redacting means.
and of.
Yeah.
And
So they have to go back and they have to redact it. So he can say, I want this declassified, but it has to go back to somebody to say, oh, okay, well, there's a spy's name. We need to cross that fucking out before it becomes declassified. He never went back to the organization. If he's just saying, oh, it's declassified, you can't do that. It actually has to go through the paper trail that you're talking
Well,
about.
and he has documents that were stored in a secure facility within a secure room, and those documents are not under any circumstances supposed to be taken out of that room or copied.
Like
that
the
room
SCIs.
is the only room you can view them in,
No.
and he had somebody take them out.
it's weird
So
he-
that right there is absolutely breaking a law.
Right.
we could get
so-
some cool information though.
I
Can't
mean,
we?
that one,
What
what,
if he
was her
shared-
name? Reality Winner or whatever. She fucking leaked one document. And didn't they put her away for like 10 years or something like that?
I can't remember the name of the couple that went and stole nuclear secrets and they were put to death. Do you remember the name of
No.
them?
No.
So they stole nuclear secrets that they were trying to sell, I believe, to Russia, and they were put to fucking death for it. So he's gonna look it up real quick if you'd like.
No, I'm not.
Okay, well, don't do it.
I'm feeling super uncomfortable.
Why?
I just have had a hell of a day. I'm
what?
still fucking hot.
You don't have an ass pillow. Can we get an
Is
ass
there no
pillow?
air conditioning where you work?
No.
I walk
It's
into
all
the storeroom
windows
and
and
it's
doors open.
it's so nice in there. It feels breezy.
Chilly,
Yeah.
chilly, if you will.
yeah, not
I
when
drive past it. I get a nice cool
not when
breeze.
you're
You
going
really
up
do.
and down stairs, which lead you closer to the ceiling where all the fucking
Oh,
heat gathers.
it's so chilly in there.
You got
No, I'm
cats and
just-
crap in there and everything.
Fuck, I don't think the cat's there anymore. I think they got rid of it while I was gone.
Like
What?
Tammy was on vacation, so I was stuck in the checker. God, it was 69 degrees in there. It was fucking hot.
It's beautiful.
Absolutely not that temperature in the storeroom.
All right. So that was it for you on the Trump thing.
I mean, at this point, I'm cautiously optimistic, but so far that motherfucker's been a duck.
He's been a duck. What does that mean?
Everything just fucking just falls
Beads
right
off his
off of him.
back.
Yeah. So I
Quack,
mean,
quack.
it seems like this is something different. It seems like he's gone a little too far. But I just don't know. I don't have any confidence that they're going to have the balls to actually hold the fire to his feet and punish him for the crimes he's committed, because he's gotten away with every fucking thing else he's done.
Not like his very reasonable followers would ever do anything drastic, like march on the Capitol or
But
something.
So
well,
what-
see, I'm not even worried about what his followers were do if he gets arrested, because that's such a small number of people who will actually go out and do anything, in which case they'll just get scooped up and arrested and put in jail themselves.
You can hope so, because only a quarter of them actually
Well,
got
they've
investigated.
proven that this whole thin blue line, this whole we support the police thing is bullshit.
It's a thin veil of
Yeah, it's this fake patriotism towards the system that sounded good on paper, but when it comes down to it, if the police don't agree with them or they are enforcing the law, then they are the enemy, which is exactly what happened at the Capitol. Is the police were there to protect the Capitol, to protect the elected members.
Here's
and
what
the
you're
other-
not getting, though.
All the rioters were there to do damage and to do harm.
Here's what you're not getting. There's a huge pedophile ring back east, and Trump's gonna clear it up and save it when him and JFK come back into power.
Is this QAnon bullshit?
I've been there. They
I
have
don't
good
even
pizza.
give that kind of shit the time of day. Because
What
that
about the pedophiles,
that
Taylor?
kind of stuff
What
is
about
just
the pedophiles?
beyond delusional, and I don't think it's worth spreading.
Best slice
It's
in
not
New
even
York.
worth talking about
It
because
really
it's
is.
just crazy talk.
It's not.
The JFK is gonna come back. What?
So you're always
That's just fucking stupid.
See, we need to do a pre-program so we can like set stuff up instead of you flying off the fucking handle. So I went and I
I
looked.
like the flying off the handle.
I know, but-
Pedophile ring underneath a pizza place that doesn't even have a fucking basement. It's delusional bullshit. There is nothing sane about people who believe that kind of stuff. Like
Think
my
about this.
grandpa.
Trump's our savior.
My
Hang on a
grandpa,
second.
Trump's our savior.
My grandpa literally thinks Trump is Jesus fucking Christ.
He really
Can I
is.
just say
Guess
something?
what?
Of
He's
course.
fucking old. He's senile. He's lost.
You
his
just gotta wait for him to
goddamn
run out of air.
marbles.
Go ahead, Andrew.
Harriet Tubman and the Underground Railroad wasn't actually on the ground, so you think
What?
the
Are you fucking kidding me?
the basement of the pizza place is just code for
Yeah,
White
if you want
House.
sausage, I want a black cock. Give me a lot of sausage on that pizza, baby.
I think you're going a little off track now.
No, I'm
I
not.
wasn't attributing that to
Religion
Anything
is
else?
ruined the United States.
Oh, so
Because we have too many people out there who are willing to believe whatever fucking bullshit someone with a modicum of authority spits in their face. I mean, honestly.
So I went and I looked, and it turns out, God, I can't believe it. I can't remember if it's 6 or 3 of Trump's advisors have all been convicted of pedophilia in one way or the other.
No, I don't know.
So when
about
you
that.
blame the right for being pedophiles, you can look it up. It's either 3 or 6. I can't remember. Like a guy named
I
Nader.
don't think your political belief means you're more or less likely to be a pedophile.
No,
I think that's
I know,
kind
but
of a universal thing.
when you go and you say that Trump is making a difference, I had somebody tell me that Trump and Barr are the ones that got Epstein convicted. I had somebody tell me that, and when I went and I looked, it didn't have anything to do with it. I had watched the documentary before, but I couldn't remember it. They had nothing to do with it. So Trump is not your savior. Trump either had 3 or 6 people that got convicted of. One of them was Nader. His last name was Nader.
So people all
Ralph.
around Trump end up going down for crimes.
So yeah, during the
that's the draining the swamp he's talking
That's the
about.
Drain
whole.
the
That's
swamp.
that's what
Well, yeah.
MAGA means. Don't you realize that? Make attorneys get attorneys.
make
That's,
attorneys
that's
get attorneys.
exactly what
That's
it's
good.
about.
I had no idea.
That's what everyone is telling his brand new lawyer, his insurance lawyer that signed the document saying, "Oh yeah, we don't have any other classified information here at Mar-Lago."
Mar-Lago. How did you say that?
Mar-Lago?
What?
Isn't it Mar-Lago?
Mar-a-Lago?
No, Mar-Lago.
I'm not
No,
gonna.
Mar-a-Lago.
Mar-Lago.
No, it's Mar-a-Lago.
It's Mar-a-Lago?
Yeah, I believe it is.
Oh, okay.
Magalago.
I'm sure somebody will correct us in the comments. That nobody does, except for Andrew's brother. Comes on there and goes, I'd like to see Andrew fucking eat the one chip.
Did he say that?
He did say that. You did not see that comment?
I did not.
He called you a pussy?
I saw his other one that said that chat I'm about Def Leppard and Roger Waters.
The one that
Pink
you don't
Floyd.
know anything about
Music,
anybody?
yeah.
Music. Yeah, that was basically
Thanks.
your brother shitting on you. As one brother should. If you have a brother, he should be shitting on you as often as he possibly can. Does he have long hair?
He does.
He does.
Not as long as mine. It's a lot poofier, a lot curlier.
His cock's probably not as big as yours either.
No, it is. It's bigger.
Wow.
Yep, it's like an anaconda peeking through the pants.
Wow.
He wears shorts. You can see the tip. Not that I've ever looked because it's my brother, but
Yeah.
I hear stories. News gets around.
That's one thing. Like, if your old lady that you're with tells her friends about your sex life, then it gets around. So you just don't want them to, like, when I was a teenager, I'm working with this, right? But word gets around, like, yeah, he's okay. He does a fairly good job. So then the word gets around. And you're picking up strays, and you don't even know why. Like, she just came up and said she wanted to fuck me for no reason. I don't even know who this bitch is.
You know,
Yes. And I'm working with this.
You were
Andrew.
definitely a slut when you were a younger man.
I was aggressive.
You're a whore.
No, there's no such thing as a whore. Why do we label people that? Why can't people go out and enjoy themselves?
Yeah, because if the girl I'm going to be dating has had sex with at least any other man,
Yeah.
whore.
Whore. She really is. Who'd want to...
If I'm not banging a virgin,
Yeah.
if I haven't banged 30 virgins, or I banged 30 virgins and one of them has had sex with one other man, she's automatically the whore of the group, right?
So what do you
And
call
then all the
Amanda?
other ones are whores
What do you
'cause they've
call
already had
Amanda?
sex with
Amanda
a
was a
man.
virgin when you met her?
No, she's perfect. She's impure.
She was a virgin when you met her.
She's a different woman now.
She was a virgin when you met her.
Beats me. That's not something I want to have to find out. I don't want to have my image of her in my head skewed.
She had a big snake in her.
Don't say that. She's
Big,
perfect.
Big giant snake.
You take that back right now.
Yeah. Talk about Squirty. That was her nickname before she met you. Squirty. They called her Squirtle.
I wonder why she doesn't like you. That's weird.
It's amazing. She was perfect. Was your old lady a virgin when you met her?
No.
No, neither was mine. What's the big fucking deal? This is a
Not a
dick
real-
thing that
it's a
guys worry
deal.
about. I'm so sick. You are what you
And
are. You have what you
religious
have.
man people. They're like purity rings. Like, come on.
Yeah,
That's so dumb.
yeah.
All that matters is that it works.
It works. It doesn't matter.
That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
It feels
But
good.
apparently he has problems with his old lady getting pounded by other dudes.
Because she never has. Not even me.
It was fun. So I'm just going to use first name. I have a friend named Chris. Now, he put his wife on a pedestal, which is cool because I put my wife on a pedestal too.
Oh, what?
Until they had, no, it's not
The
at
high
work.
school
Not at
reunion,
work.
No,
she was
I'm
called,
just
but-
saying there was a comedy act where they were talking about putting the pussy on the pedestal. Was that 40-Year-Old Virgin?
Could have been.
Was that the movie where they talk about putting the pussy on a pedestal?
I honestly don't
Every
remember.
pussy should be put on
I
a
think
pedestal.
that was 40-Year-Old Virgin.
I only remember bags of sand. Touch boobs. I feel like a couple of bags of
So
sand.
whenever I know I'm gonna get away from my point here real quick, but whenever I watch a movie and they have, like Better Call Saul in
Yeah, good
Breaking
movie.
Bad, but in Breaking Bad, he was like one of my favorite characters. When you have those type of characters in movies, like Mike in Breaking Bad, you have two of them that are just amazing that I just love. The chick that takes him home and wants to fuck him, but she's puking and hitting cars on the way back because she's so drunk. It's just an awesome character in that fucking movie. I don't know who the fuck it was. Nobody.
No, what was that
I
show?
have not
Movie?
watched Breaking Bad, and I have
No,
not watched Better
Better
Call
Call
Saul.
Saul?
I'm talking about the 40-year-old virgin. When he meets her at the bar, he's taking her back to fuck her.
Oh, yeah.
And she pukes all over the place,
I
and
don't
she's
remember
hitting
that.
cars when she's going back. What an amazing character!
That is, I don't remember that
Yeah,
from the movie.
I don't remember that.
Oh,
It's been
fuck
a
it.
I think I saw the movie like twice, but it's been like, what, 15, 20 years?
Oh, it's
Yes.
so
Yeah.
that movie is like Napoleon Dynamite. Every time it comes on, I'll watch it.
Never seen it.
Napoleon Dynamite is
What?
such a boring movie.
I have heard a lot about it,
Yeah.
which is why I have never seen it. Because
it's boring.
I don't like that movie with, oh look, this guy's acting fucking retarded. Laugh at it. It's supposed to be funny.
He's not acting retarded. He really is retarded.
I like movies that have smart humor, not fucking stupid, idiotic, childish, juvenile kind of fucking humor. I've grown past that kind
Okay,
of
good.
stuff.
Good for you.
I
I'm
don't-
glad
I
you're so
don't-
much better than everybody
I'm
else.
not saying I'm better than anybody else. I'm just saying I personally don't derive enjoyment from
okay.
stuff like
When
that.
he's
know
putting the
what?
nuggies down his fucking cargo pants that you have on, oh, I loved it. Made me laugh my ass off.
Tots.
Tots.
Hey, you have some of your tots?
Can I have some of your tots? And no, you can't have any of my tots. And then he fucking punches them. Okay, getting back to it. Anyways, my friend Chris, he put his wife on a pedestal. The pussy on the pedestal. Okay. Until she had their first kid, and he went in and watched it. Once he saw the birth of a child come out of the old lady's hoo-ha, then he couldn't have sex with her anymore.
What about other women?
No, he
Like he couldn't have sex with any woman ever again?
No, he was
Or just his wife?
I just think he was solid with his wife. He never talked about other women, so he was solid with his wife, and they were married.
She
forever.
fulfilled her purpose, so he was going to find.
Yeah, the only thing that her purpose was because they had more than one kid was to have kids.
Well,
But
I mean, that's what Republicans believe is
Oh,
you shouldn't
God.
have sex for fun.
here we go.
You should only have sex for the purposes of
No,
reproducing.
they just want more kids in the fucking more slaves in the system so they can put them to work,
Oh, I agree with that.
so they can lower wages and they can have a higher profit margin.
I don't disagree.
All right.
Didn't Lauren Boebert get an abortion before she was all crazy?
Nobody
she
knows
was
that for sure, but she
Is
was.
it- what's that Bible verse that says, "Don't spill your seed in the sand, in the dirt"?
Yeah, don't allow your seed to hit the ground.
Dude, mine hits the wall.
No,
Ron White did a really good sketch on that.
Yeah.
whenever I'm dropping a load,
what his grandma said, it's better for your seed to reside in the belly of a whore than to land on the ground.
this is why when I'm fucking hitting my junk, I put a cap on the top of it because I'm still religious. So I'm doing this shit, right? But it blows in my hand so it doesn't hit the floor. And then I lick that shit up
It ends up in the belly of a whore.
in the belly of a whore.
Interesting.
Yeah, or rub it on my asshole or my face because it's very exfoliating.
God, you really paint a picture with words, don't
I
you?
really do.
That's
Especially,
what happens when it's protein based.
Gotta get them gains. You hit the gym.
You gotta get the gains. You
You
gotta get the gains.
snort the
fucking-
protein
right in the-
powder and just
Fucking-
eat
Now
your
we're
jizz.
gonna go into Dwayne's house and see like a bunch of powdered jizz in lines on the table.
Yeah. Yeah, I could put it on a plate. That's a good idea.
Yeah,
Dry it out. Next thing you know,
suck it up with a straw.
wonder how much protein is in a jizz ball.
Funny how
much?
this gets age restricted. It's
What,
strange.
this?
Yeah, our YouTube videos, our podcasts.
Always put that it's
Who'da
not
thought?
good for kids.
No.
It's educational.
It really is.
Kids should know what to do to get the biggest muscles. If you're going to be a strong man, got to eat your own cum.
That's
It's just what
that's
we
a
do.
fact.
Yep.
It's a fact. I heard it from a guy at a gym. He
His
told
name
me,
was
and he,
Jim. He was in the back alley and
he was
wanted
huge.
to suck your dick.
He was huge.
I was gonna say, was he also offering to give you a reach around?
He was offering, and he said he could suck his own dick. He did 3 times a day to get that
You
protein.
Stick your cock through a glory hole. Hey, my name's Jim. How do you want to be serviced today?
But it's kind of like when you're dehydrated, you can drink your own pee. When you're low on protein, you suck your own dick.
Only to a certain point.
You suck it. Yeah, you can't fucking do it 10 times. But
Can't even do it 3 times, not without dying.
what are you talking
die
about?
after- 3
Third
times?
times becomes toxic.
Oh.
I don't think that's true.
Yeah, it is true.
I'm
Maybe
gonna
for
say
you,
there's-
you Diet Coke drinker.
I haven't drank pop in like 5+
I'm
years.
thinking you could do 7-8 times then.
No,
5 years?
I don't drink pop. It's
You and
too
Tony have so
sugary,
much
it's
in
too
common.
Disgusting.
Who?
Tony. Tony hasn't drank pop
Tony?
in like 20 years.
Your best friend.
Oh. Okay.
It's not going in his temple.
It's not going into his temple. We said tomorrow, Tony. Well, because he just sits there and eats nuts and weeds. Just shoves them in his face. Just, right? Just these fucking green things just sticking out of his fucking mouth. We said, Big Mac tomorrow, $100. We'll give you $100 to eat a fucking Big Mac.
Oh, he wouldn't do it.
Said
I don't think you would even eat. We should get like just even a hash brown from McDonald's.
$100 for a Big Mac. Nope, won't do it. $100. I would have went up on it too.
$100 in free food. Yeah. What? Like, would you have?
Fuck, I would have
200
gobbled
bucks?
that bitch down for 10. For
I
a
can do it
dollar.
for free.
Would've
What do you?
done it
It's a
for
free
free.
Big
Shut
Mac.
the fuck up.
It depends on what it is.
Jesse was handing out roast beef sandwiches from Arby's, and oh yeah, I'm not gonna eat that unless you give me $20. No, dude, that thing went in my mouth quicker than he could finish the sentence.
I'm not a fan of fucking Arby's, so I didn't have any. That was super nice of Jesse to bring in grub, but I did not eat any.
You get it
To
with
be
the
fair,
sauce.
my digestive system is not a fan of Arby's either, but I am.
Have you tried the Ultimate BLT there? It's fucking fabulous.
I don't get cheese on anything I get from fast food restaurants.
It's a Ultimate BLT. It has no cheese.
Oh, bacon, lettuce, tomato. No, I don't like tomatoes.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
In which case, it'd just be a BL.
Can you take off the bacon, the fucking tomato? I just want a lettuce BLT. It's fantastic. Okay, Tony.
You
He
eat
eats way
tomato.
better than us.
He does
Does your old lady cook?
sometimes.
She's good.
Yeah.
I mean, is the whore a good cook?
The whore. I told you she was pure before me,
Yeah, she had. I'm sure she had at least one penis
and
before
she's
you.
still pure because I've never had sex with her. I gotta keep that flower.
Yeah.
Oh,
Pedestal, pussy pedestal.
that's right.
Gotta save yourself until marriage. And then save yourself until actual
I've-
conception.
I've had loads of sex. That doesn't make me a whore.
No, because it
'Cause we
doesn't
can't
apply
call
to men.
guys whores.
It doesn't
right?
apply to men.
No.
Having sex with guys though, that's when it changes. That's when you, since you're the bottom, that's when it
Yeah.
changes. That's
That's
when you
what-
become a whore. When you go in the bathroom and the poop just falls out, that's when you're a whore. I have nothing to say about that.
I was gonna have you. Well,
You're
you
gonna have
offered
me
to
in your asshole. I don't want to be there.
punch my prolapse back in, so
I've never got that
I'll
call.
have to-
I'm still waiting for it.
that's coming soon,
Yeah. If you ever go to prison and a black guy gets a hold of you,
dude. I would not do well in prison.
why?
I'm sure they'd shave my head, but I still have a nice fat ass.
They wouldn't shave your head. They'd let you grow it out so you could look like more of a woman when they're hitting
More
you from
cushion
behind.
for the push-in.
I don't think I'd want. I wouldn't want long hair in prison. You could grab it like handlebars. Rev,
yeah, they
rev
would.
me like a Harley.
Oh God, it would be because those guys, when they're pulling a train on you, that'd be a hardcore fucking pounding too.
Mm,
You could hope that you get in with the black guys, right? And like maybe the Mexicans are the ones that fuck you because their dicks are smaller.
how would I get in with the black guys? I'm the whitest person on the planet.
I don't know.
I'd
I'm
color
just-
my skin. I'd wear blackface.
Everybody needs a pet.
That's true.
So yeah, you wouldn't like the white guys or the fucking Mexicans to be whacking you.
I would shave
Getting
my
you in the
head and go
bathroom.
with the Nazis. I'd go
He
with the
couldn't- he
cake,
couldn't
the
make it with the white
neo-Nazis.
supremacists.
No.
No, they.
As soon as they said
Eat
the
'em
N word,
alive.
he'd like, hey, hey, and that's the next thing you know,
PC man.
he's getting fucking stabbed in the chest 40 times. Yeah, so you need to figure out where you need to go. You PC, so I'm guessing, yeah. I'm down with
I could dread my hair out and join the black crowd for sure.
Yeah.
They'd love that.
Then you
do
do
cornrows.
Rastafarian accent.
Yeah,
because you know
Hey,
there's
Mon.
that one big black guy in there with that fucking just thicky cock.
I could be his pet.
I don't think big dicks are limited to races. I think there's probably like an Asian guy out there that
No.
probably has like the record for the largest cock in existence.
No.
I'm just saying. I don't.
lot of
I
Asians.
don't. I think
I would go
I think
toe-to-toe
you're
to him.
being too stereotypical.
I am being stereotypical because in the military, because
So you're saying
About 50%
in
of the
your
people.
personal experience of gazing and examining penises.
yes,
Black people have bigger cocks.
no, that's
That's
what
what
I
you're
was just
saying?
getting back to that point. When I was in the
Yes.
military, about 50% of the people in the military are black because it's a jobs program for poor people. So 50% of the people are in there, and I don't think any of them were bigger than me.
Yeah.
Not a one.
Hmm.
So just like average size.
Do you have a diary that you wrote this down in, like
Yeah.
compared penis sizes?
Oh no.
You
he-
shower
we need
together.
to- I
He
think we
makes
need
sure
to
to
inspect it.
memorize.
You
everyone
shower
he looked
together.
at.
Well, when you go to a urinal,
I don't
how
remember
far?
their names. I
Hold
remember
on.
their dicks.
Hold on. When you go to a urinal, how far do you stand back? Do you stand back far enough so the guy next to you can look?
Oh, fuck,
15 feet
like-
or so.
Yeah, I was gonna say I go for the long shot.
Yeah, exactly. I want them to
Back
look
up
to
to the
see what
wall.
I've got.
I want people to see the power behind it.
I make
The
sure to
stream,
make eye
the power of the
contact.
stream.
Yeah,
'Cause they got to
Wow.
duck
it's
under
like,
to
a,
get
it's
to
like
the
a
stall.
goddamn pressure washer going off in there.
Damn, I want to
Shit,
see that.
The blowback against the urinal just fucking spraying up and
Sounds
going
like
everywhere.
Niagara
I wanna see
Falls.
that.
Somebody used the power washer in Kaiser. Who knows? It's Taylor.
We need to
Goes
do
on for
that.
like 4 minutes because you've held it for like 4 days.
But when you go to a urinal, do you stand back or do you get close?
I get close.
Yeah, I stand back.
I don't want people looking at my dick.
I don't care.
I mean, I don't care either, but
Because you're a
you
shower,
never,
not
you
a
never
grower.
know what they might do if they see something that is alluring. Like, if they can't see it, then you don't have to worry about that. But if
So-
they see it and it like turns something on in them, you never know if they're gonna like jump at you or like just
What are you-
start
we're
making
There's a lot of
faces.
fear in your
I was
life.
gonna say, not a lot of monkeys are working at
I'm just,
Kaiser.
goddamn, I think
saying.
you're damn near a Republican. That
You
fear mongering
never
bullshit.
you never know when that married guy from Idaho is gonna suddenly just say "fuck it"
And just
and
jump on your dick.
Jump the nearest dick he
You
finds.
just might jump on your dick.
Because there's a lot of repressed people over there.
There is a lot
Damn.
of repressed.
Right on your dick. Just throw you down. You are a little. But you're a thick 5'10", 5'9", 5'9".
Height?
Yeah, you're 5'9", 5'10".
5'9", yeah.
Yeah.
5'9.5".
Thick. So you look strong.
I mean, I'm sturdy, I guess.
Sturdy.
But I'm not strong.
You don't think you could like fight somebody off?
Probably not.
They had their cock in your mouth.
Would you
in their
really
mouth.
want to?
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I've got teeth,
They-
and it's not exactly
I'm saying
a
if-
whole lot of
If they had
effort to go like this.
no, if they had your cock in their mouth, what would you do?
Oh, I would be losing
Write
my
it down.
shit.
Yeah, you'd
Close your eyes, pretend it's a girl.
But see, then you get into other areas. If someone's trying to jam your cock in their mouth,
Yeah.
they've got teeth too.
Yeah.
And if you start trying to fight them off, those teeth.
So
might
what do
be
you do
something
in that
don't-
situation?
Well, I don't know. You might just have to just go with the flow at that point.
Right.
I really don't know.
Oh.
I mean, I guess you'd have to give them like one solid hit to the side of their face.
Yeah.
Because the chances of their mouth
You-
closing.
you
when
gotta
that
try to
happens is
dislodge
probably-
that jaw.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
You gotta make sure the jaw
Yeah,
is
dislocate
no
it.
longer able
Dislocate it.
to like put forth bite force.
But what if you locked it into place? Oh.
Well, but if it got locked into place, then you could just yank it right out.
Okay.
So that's not a problem.
Yeah. We learned a lot about you
You're gonna
today.
be losing 3 inches off your dick no matter what in this scenario.
I don't like it. I just sit there and take it.
I don't know. I think that whole event would probably be so traumatizing I'd never be able to get hard again, if I'm being honest.
Come home. I'd cry to
Like,
my
if,
wife.
If I had to fend off someone trying to jam my dick in their mouth and it was a male, I think that would be traumatizing enough that it just wouldn't work anymore.
Now I understand where girls are coming from when they have issues in the bed.
Yeah.
Hey, I've been sexually assaulted in the past. and
Right.
I cry anytime someone even touches me.
Can you imagine him?
I don't like being touched anyways.
Robin coming home.
Like even like I don't like being provokedly. I don't know.
Provocatively.
I don't think that's the word. but
Non-consensual.
I don't like people just randomly coming up and touching
No
me,
consent.
like in any way whatsoever. It irritates the fuck out of me, and it makes me want. It's like when people are fucking chewing with their goddamn
I give you a hug
mouth
right now?
open. Like it makes it like it triggers that thing in my brain
Right.
that makes me want to immediately get violent. No, I'm serious. Like no one in my fucking house chews with their mouth open.
Or you
And
just
my kids and everybody learned that real fucking early.
so you
in
just had to
life.
slap them across the face when they're babies.
Well, I
You just
mean,
knock that shit
when they
off.
can't control themselves, that's one thing. But I don't know what it is. It's like it happens, and it's just like 0 to 60. It's like I want to just like throw my arms up and just be like, "Don't fucking touch me!"
God, you're an angry man.
There was this one time I was younger, I was like 18, and I was with my dad at his friend's house, Kevin. And Kevin was the funniest, happiest-go-lucky guy on the planet. And we were eating, we were having some sort of dinner there. And I used to bite down on the fork, and you'd hear scrape on the way out.
Ooh,
There's this.
rough.
He looks at me, is like, if you make that goddamn noise one more time, I'm gonna stab you in the forehead with that fork. And I just, dude, he was the most serious I've ever seen anyone in their life, and I
Stopped
never did
immediately.
that again, huh?
You stopped immediately.
Yeah,
I just started to eat with my hands.
It's basically the same reaction for me.
It's
I
terrifying.
will
Like
bust
I'm-
your fucking
like,
teeth
I have enough
out.
self-control not to like
Punch him.
immediately start fucking somebody up.
Right.
But it's one of those things
'Cause you're a
where
sturdy 5'9".
but it's one of those things where your mood just suddenly shifts.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
everyone around you can like feel it in the air. And you're like, just don't fucking do that again. It's just one of those things. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. That's from my 20s. That's what I feel like I was oppressive in my 20s, so everybody could feel it in the air when I'd get pissed off. So
It's just
One of the
it's an
regrets.
animal thing. You know, we're all exuding electromagnetic fields of our own, pheromones and all that stuff. And it's just like when you look at somebody and you just get a really bad vibe from them. It's that same sort, it's that animal part of your brain looking at someone and picking up on those subtle hints in their electromagnetic field.
Oh,
and,
God.
No, we all generate a field
Right,
around
right,
us that
right, right.
animals can pick up on.
Our aura.
We're too evolved to actually recognize what it is for the most part.
That makes sense because I see Dwayne cross the street anytime we're walking down.
And he
sees
just
a
wants to
black person.
fucking pummel me.
Yeah, that's
Pummel
what it
me.
is.
I didn't think it was electromagnetic field because I'll see somebody
Well, it's a combination of things. I
Hold
mean,
on. So I'll see somebody from a distance and immediately not like them for
Yeah.
no fucking reason.
yeah, and it
And-
could just be your brain's picking up on, or your instincts are picking up on something that your brain can't really piece together.
But it's not that. I'll just want to hurt them.
Oh,
I just want to hurt them.
I mean, I don't know how to explain that. Just
Yeah.
It's the
maybe you
toxic
have
masculinity.
tendencies of violent outbursts or something.
No,
but-
I have self-control.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't mean you can't have the overwhelming urge to, curb stomp somebody.
Yeah. That was I still have it to this day.
Back when I
I mean, immediately
back when I first
dislike
started
people.
working at Kaiser, I had that issue fucking huge because everybody there would piss me off at some point or
Yeah.
another, and I'd be driving on the truck, just thinking about how life would be so much better if I ran them over. Or if something absolutely fucking horrendous happened to them that completely changed their life, like paralyzed them. and shit like
Mine's
that.
different from that. Like
But I got to the point where I just don't give a fuck now.
Yeah.
You're exerting energy thinking about
fuck.
harming someone or something happening to someone when they don't even fucking deserve that energy of yours to be used in that way.
I'll bring up my friend Tyson because he's a good guy. I'm not afraid of him at all.
I'm not afraid of Tyson.
No, I know. But I'm saying if we were to get in a fight, I would not be afraid of him at all.
Oh, I wouldn't either.
Yeah.
He's a big guy. He's sturdy.
He's
He's probably
he's more than
he's
sturdy.
probably a lot stronger than me, but I'm pretty sure I could outrun him.
I wouldn't outrun him.
He'd roll like
Oh,
a bowling
I
ball.
wouldn't
I
be
would
able to,
choke him out.
I wouldn't be able to like fight him in any reasonable way.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm not afraid of him at
But
all.
that's what fight or flight's about.
Yeah.
I figure you're running.
So-
I could see you running down the hall and he's just pitching spacer bars at you though.
Just
seems-
stomping like Donkey Kong. Boom, coming after you. Ooh, barrels being thrown.
That would be
Picking
terrifying.
up a table, just doing a 360 and just swinging it and
Yeah.
letting it go as it flies and flips down the hotline. Yeah.
That'd be what I think Tyson would do. That'd be terrifying. Sure, he can't outrun you, but he can throw stuff at you.
He's quick. He's fast, even though he's got bad feet.
I'm sure he could find some barrels to toss.
Something. Just Donkey Kong, because he's kind of got that build to him. This fucking ginormous,
Like Bowser.
like
I'd
Bowser.
say he's more like Bowser.
What else you got, Taylor? Since
Nothing.
you got nothing.
Nothing.
No.
We've
Okay,
barely gone
shit.
down the list.
I have gone down nothing on the list. The only other thing I want to talk about, there was a lot more on the list, but was the digital dollar. I want to bring this up every
The
time.
digital dollar.
So the
fuck is that?
central bank wants to digitize all money.
Oh, well, that's stupid.
How do you not know about this?
Because I don't give a fuck.
Dude.
Whatever decision they make, I will have to follow. So why is it worth me putting effort into debating or learning about this issue? If I have to do it, I have to
Okay.
do it, and I have no fucking say in it.
So there was a study that came out a long time ago. And you've probably seen this or you've seen it. Our wants and our needs as a society, what we don't want or what we do want. How does that affect how Congress votes?
They don't give a fuck.
They don't give a fuck.
No,
So
they
the
don't
study
give a
said
fuck.
that regardless if we don't want it, is 0% chance of wanting it, or we really want it, it's a 30% chance that it's going to happen. So basically, they don't listen to us.
No.
But if you look at the graph, if big business doesn't want it, then it doesn't happen. But if big business does want it, there's about a 60% chance that they're going to vote
well,
and pass
how
for
the
it.
fuck do you think they get elected? Who do you think gives them the money to
Oh God.
run for office?
So when your privacy is completely stripped from you, so in China they do have a digital currency, right?
Do they? Like they don't have any
Is it
physical
their
money anymore?
main currency? Because we have digital
gonna say,
currency
I don't-
also.
I don't
Everyone,
think
everybody's
We
got
do.
their main
Okay, so
currency.
so stop for a second, Andrew. We do have digital currency. That's why we don't need the Federal Reserve to get rid of the dollar and give us a dollar equivalent.
Well,
So right now
who's
I
going to
can-
regulate it?
Right
Who's
now
gonna-
I can
Who's
pay-
regulating Bitcoin right now? No one.
Nobody. So right
The
now,
Wild West.
but this isn't the Wild West. I can PayPal you money, so I can give
because
you
it's got
digital
dollar
money.
value behind it.
But they want to get rid of all of that so they can track every transaction that you fucking make.
Sweet.
We're gonna go.
Let 'em.
Why do we barter with bottle
Okay,
caps?
Why does that matter?
We're
What
gonna
does it
start a
matter?
Fallout
So
situation.
in China,
committing any crimes, you
no, that's the stupidest fucking thing ever. So your attitude and your shitty attitude on the podcast could
obviously
change
being
it.
facetious
I know, but
again.
hold on. It could change your social standing. So in China, they do have an app that tracks their social standing.
Yeah, and
if it gets
and it's great because they don't let the assholes leave the country. It sounds great for the rest of the world, if you ask me. And if less Americans are able to go and spread their bullshit into other countries, also sounds
I'll
great.
take
to
10
me.
asshole Asians
So-
over one asshole Republican any day, though.
so what they're doing right now, since they're in
You don't care if someone drops trowel right outside your apartment building and starts taking a shit right there?
I might join them.
Because that's what
He's
the
pretty
Chinese,
chill.
that's what the Chinese tourists are very well known for doing.
Didn't know you were
Shitting
chill
on the
like that.
sides of buildings,
Okay.
windows, in the gutters.
why is it going to be
just wherever?
shitting? I piss in my backyard all the time.
That's kind of awesome, though. I wish I. Why don't we? Well, why don't we make that a regular thing?
I
Let's
know.
normalize shitting outside.
Imagine having the kind of like courage and like fortitude that you can just fucking drop your pants wherever you are, shit on the side of a building, and walk away without wiping your ass.
Sounds like San Francisco.
Nothing ever happened.
Sounds like San Francisco
I'd go out, thank him, and shake his hand.
because they have a poop and they have a
Well,
poop.
I don't know if you'd want to shake his hand, but
They have a poop app. Well, he didn't wipe his ass. They have a poop app in fucking San Francisco. It happens all the time. In other countries, they do have outdoor urinals in the city where you just sit there and you piss in the fucking urinal. You
It's
knew.
called the American
you
flag.
do, you do realize that public urinals in certain European countries cost money, right?
The ones that are on the ground that you just piss into?
I have never seen outside of like China.
No.
I have never seen any outdoor public places where it's just a fucking giant like black hole in the ground. that
No,
you
it's not
just
a black
piss and shit
hole. It's an
into.
actual urinal.
That'd be awful. Like you're drunk pissing into it and you fall in.
Well,
Can you imagine?
all I know is when I was in Sweden, it cost me like 25 cents to use the bathroom.
That's the nice
at a
thing about
train
America.
station.
That's what I've read. Is like we've got free bathrooms, and like that's the best
Yeah,
thing about America.
You also don't have stalls that are completely enclosed. Like over in Europe, they think it's super fucking weird and
Yeah.
totally creepy.
There's a
that-
big
that
gap, and
there's
then you got a gap
giant
in between the
gaps
door
in
and the.
American bathroom stalls.
You can peek
like
through.
it's the most bizarre thing ever because anybody can fuck. I mean, it's no wonder the Republicans are so worried about like gender whatever shit happening in the bathrooms. It's like fucking make the stalls enclosed.
I've had kids
If
peek
anybody
underneath.
can fucking peek above, below, or since the door doesn't go flush with the side, you can literally just look on the side of the door on what somebody's doing.
God damn it. iPhone
I do have
and
to tell you,
Google
though,
We
suck.
could go through like a bathroom revolution if the Republicans got on board with this. Seriously.
So you
we
just
could
go,
change
you
the
just
world.
go shove your dick in a box.
I would never do that.
Why?
Shove my dick in a box that 100 other people have probably done in the last 5 minutes?
You don't
Dude,
use
you're
the-
not touching anything. It's open air on your cock.
Says you. Have you ever used one?
No, I haven't been to
Well,
Paris.
then
I've only ever used the community flashlight.
Everybody needs to use one of those.
I'm just saying,
Um,
if Republicans are so concerned about like gay or transgender shit happening in bathrooms, then maybe our stalls should be built without giant fucking gaps in them. That's all I'm saying. And I don't think they should ever been built that way. You know why they're built that way?
No.
Because it's fucking cheaper.
Oh,
And this is the country where everything is, all corners are cut and everything is made to be the cheapest bare bones shit there is.
makes sense to me.
Yeah. Change the country. by changing the bathrooms.
You just have a little waterfall going down a trough and everybody pisses in it. How convenient
That
is
kind of
that?
sounds nice.
I mean,
Like
that
a water
No,
fountain.
it's on the
sounds like
ground.
a sports stadium, except not like on the ground, which is what you're talking about.
Make it convenient. Like a sports stadium.
Like a sushi boat.
sushi boat.
You know how they have those little conveyor belts with sushi that.
Problem
like the
is
water
no
conveyor
one
belts?
wants to smell the evaporating urine as it slowly flows down the street.
But it's got water.
Let's go. How's it gonna
Yeah,
smell?
but you can still smell urine and water.
What?
What do you mean, what?
That's only if it's like 80% urine.
No. If someone ate asparagus.
Let's test
you
this
can
out.
Certainly.
I got a jug of water over there. Let's go all pee in it. We'll all throw our cocks in it. Zach, you got to pee? Producer. You got to pee? No. God damn it.
I don't either.
Get your
because
brother
I've
out
been
here.
Sweating my nuts off over here,
It's like 74 in here.
and I'm still sweating.
I'm about to do a review on our car. We've had it for 10,000 miles. And
Have you? You got it like 6 months ago.
6 months ago. And
God.
And one of the problems with the car, the only real problem is that it heats up super fast. So like when you go into Walmart for like 10 minutes to come out, it's like fuck, but it cools down like in a second. So it's not a big deal.
You can start it from the app, right?
I can,
So what does that matter? Why is that an issue?
because I never started from the app. I never really thought about doing that. I do it during the coming off graveyards during the winter, because it immediately heats up the car and immediately by the time I'll start the car in winter mode, when I hit the time clock, and by the time I get out to the car, everything's defrosted and it's ready to go. Middle of winter.
It doesn't sound like an issue then. It sounds like a plus.
Yeah. Well, it's one of the problems with the car, but like the
This
only
kind of
car.
sounds like you're being nitpicky.
It's
Shouldn't you have
when
it
everything
started
is
for-
good, you got to pick out something that's bad, right?
Why?
Yeah, no, not
If
necessarily.
there's not an actual issue.
Granted,
which
nothing's
there isn't.
perfect, but that doesn't mean you need to.
Like Andrew's whore girlfriend's pussy that's been used
Jesus
by
Christ.
dudes.
Amanda, you're not a whore. Don't listen to him.
You said any woman that's had a dick in them is a whore.
Yeah, that means everyone's wife is
so,
a whore then.
so let's say Amanda.
I mean, I
Right?
guess
Everyone's-
that's true.
everyone's-
Oh yeah, my wife's a whore. She's a
every
slut.
married woman, chances are, has had a dick in them.
Oh yeah.
So I mean,
Oh yeah,
I
my wife
guess,
had
yeah.
sex before she met me. Slut. Slut.
We don't mean that.
And she might have even enjoyed the dick. Who knows?
You're all very nice ladies, not whores.
So what happens when Amanda moves on from you? Let's say that's probably never going to happen.
Then I'll actually call her a whore.
Okay. Thank you. On the
But as
podcast,
for right now, she isn't.
she's a princess.
She's a princess.
God
Yes.
damn it. Amanda the princess.
Princesses can still be whores, though.
Oh, you would hope so.
I mean, if we're being honest,
Yeah.
being royalty doesn't suddenly mean you don't like getting stuff.
So if they enjoy the dick, does that make them a whore or a slut?
I don't know. Neither. I
What?
bet I would enjoy a dick, and does that make me a slut?
What do you think, Taylor?
I think they probably play like pseudo rape sex games. Like she's kind of resisting.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's like playing up that she doesn't want to have sex.
Right.
He's like, railing her and all that so they can say that she didn't enjoy it, so
Right.
she won't be a whore.
Who are you talking about?
Nobody
Just
in particular.
general. In general. You're exactly describing
I'm
Andrew's
just-
sex
no,
life.
I'm just saying. Because
It's like you've been watching me or
because
something.
Because then mentally they can be like, oh, I didn't really want it.
Are you in
so
the-
I didn't really enjoy it. So
Are
I'm
you in
not
my
really
closet
a whore.
watching?
Not really a whore,
Oh.
but when in fact they are a whore, is what you're
What is
saying.
that? What is that? Fallout Boy song?
Whore.
Fuck, I can't.
I think
remember
it's
what it is.
just
About
titled
hiding
Whore.
in the closet, wanting to be that friction in your pants. I don't know.
What?
Yeah,
I don't even know what that is.
it's what is it? Fuck, what was like the first big Fallout Boy song?
God, I can't name
Going
three
down?
Fallout
Going down,
songs.
down in an earlier round, and Sugar, we're going down.
Sugar, we're going
Yeah,
down.
he talks about wanting to be that friction in this girl's pants because
Are you sure it was a woman?
he's like yearning over this girl who is with another guy, and he's obviously in the closet because he's talking about wanting to be the friction in her pants,
So-
which is obviously the other guy.
There's a lot going on with that.
I
just
know.
One,
You should-
one verse.
Next time we come here and do this, we should like deconstruct Sugar. We're going.
I don't think so. I think we should talk to whoever we can talk to, because we all have
Let's invite the guys from Fallout Boy here.
multitude of people. Yeah, because they'll definitely come
I'm
on
sure
to
that's
ours.
cheap.
You never know.
We need to find out what constitutes a whore or a slut.
I mean, you can just look it up.
No, I mean in general, in the public. Like, what do we think makes a whore or a slut? For me,
I don't think it exists anymore.
If you have an
no,
abortion.
not to me.
No, I mean, if we're being completely serious about
Yeah.
the subject, I think
It's
our
also
society
normalized
has.
now.
I mean, in the '90s, there were sluts and whores.
Yeah.
Because that's what the general public's mindset towards women who are comfortable with their sexuality was. But now we're at the point where I don't think that.
Whore.
Well, really, it just means a prostitute, which makes sense to me.
But we're all paying for it. My wife.
I mean, if it's a business transaction, does that really make you a slut though?
No,
Because it's two people exchanging
all my money-
products for
Yeah.
benefit.
All my money goes into the bank account. She spends all my money and her money because my money is her money.
And she lets you sleep with her.
Yeah, every once in a while.
Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah, it's
But
a
she's
business
the breadwinner.
transaction.
The family.
transaction.
Doesn't she bring home more money? She's letting you have sex with her,
So I would
which
be
makes you the whore.
I would be the client. No, because she takes all the money, Andrew. Hers and mine.
She lets you live there.
We got 5 dogs. I'm just saying. She gets anything that she wants.
5 dogs and an entire room full of horses.
Yeah. Well, look at our basement. It's full of cricket shit. All these craft stuff.
It's her house. She just lets you.
Yeah,
exist. With
I
her.
get a corner.
I guess you can put it inside me.
I don't even think you get a corner. I think you just get a side of a bed.
You know, she's kind of a whore. My wife's a whore.
Money on the armoire. Pick it up on your way out.
Yeah, think about it. And I'm not getting. She gets more out of the lovin' than I get out of the lovin'. Think about it. When we're doing this to the when we're
I don't
first
wanna
off,
think about it.
first off, we do all the work, right?
It's like a whole donation thing.
No, I'm just saying we do all the work. How
I
often is your wife more active than you in the bedroom?
Yeah.
Your sled whore, Amanda?
I'd say it's half and half.
50-50.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm saying 70-30 in my part.
Yeah?
Yeah. That's why my ass is so fine and tight and hard.
I'd say like
sore.
1090.
Really?
Whoa. 1090.
Yeah.
You're just lazy.
Good
I
for
like her
you,
being on
dude.
top. I like her being on top.
Awesome.
That way she gets to do what she wants to do, and she gets to control the whole process that feels good for her.
Are you on your phone while this is happening?
No.
He's reading
Playing
Reddit.
Overwatch.
Reading Reddit while she's banging
Have
him.
you heard what Trump did today?
Hey, I play Candy Crush.
Candy Crush. So it's really 1090.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Wow.
Sounds about
I'm gonna have
right.
to replay this for my old lady. 70-30. It's like, what the fuck? And for you,
You
50-50?
get the shit end of the deal.
Oh, is what it is. I'm
Put
an
in
old
too much
man.
effort, your heart's gonna go.
Yeah,
gonna be
you
your
should
wife's
see the
fault.
sweat pouring off me during this process. She's dabbing me, my forehead with a towel.
He's screaming at the kids, another bucket of water!
They just come in and throw it on me.
Down. Oh. Move the boom mic closer, Zach.
For the OnlyFans?
For the OnlyFans.
Yeah, nobody wants to see me doing that.
I guarantee that's not true.
Yeah, there's
Not with OnlyFans.
there's like 3 people
There are
out there.
people who will pay to see anything.
It's true.
That's one of the things we need to change in our society. We need to free the titties. If we free the titties, then there'll be less people on OnlyFans.
I mean, guys can go shirtless anywhere.
Yeah.
It only makes sense that women can too.
why do they have to have...
They're just sacks of fat on their chest.
Yeah,
I mean,
well-
there's
Sexy ones.
there's literally nothing more to them than that, unless they were recently pregnant.
The fact that America has sexualized them is just the dumbest thing we could have ever done because they're not just sexual beings over in Europe. You know, they can show titties all over the place.
Yeah. That's going to be... Let's
Isn't really anywhere
fucking
else
come
in the
up with
world.
Free the Titties campaign.
Oh, that people have been trying that since the 60s.
They don't have a...
If it was
No.
gonna happen, it was gonna happen. It's
They don't
not-
have a podcast with 40 subscribers.
They don't have a platform.
You're right. They just had the news covering their protests.
See, if we ever do grow and we still keep up with the Free the Titty campaign, then all of a sudden the Republicans will swoop in. We'll have chicks on our podcast. We'll have somebody break through the fucking door trying to put a towel on their tits.
We're too fucking extreme.
You extremist motherfuckers! I had a guy tell me that he was disappointed that Alex Jones lost.
Lost
You-
what?
His civil case
Oh yeah.
for $40 million. He was disappointed. Like that shouldn't have happened.
Well, and now he's being accused of hiding all of his money too, so he's on a whole heap of shit with that as well.
So you side with the guy who believes in lizard people, but you think titties should be covered? Are you out your fucking mind?
I did have it verified. I had someone else verify that he was making 800 grand a day.
You know why?
Oh, you did.
know-
You didn't believe me.
you
I
know-
didn't believe you, no, because like, how could he? Who's wearing his merch?
You know
Yeah, what do you-
why
Who's
boobs are
buying his books?
sexualized in the United States, right?
Because they're fun to suck on.
Because everybody's favorite imaginary friend says women need to cover up. Ironically enough,
Right.
just like the Muslims' favorite imaginary friend. So religions really aren't all that different. But yeah, it's religion is the reason why
Free the titties,
we
man.
can't free the titties. I
It's
mean,
your
that's what it
religion.
comes down to.
Religion is really
It-
the bane
honestly.
of existence.
Yeah, if we didn't have religion and money in this world,
Hmm.
we would literally all be in a utopia worldwide.
You sound like a communist.
Yeah.
No, it's not communist because there's no money.
That's exactly what a communist would
There's
say.
no
Communists.
religion.
Yeah, communists.
What would it be? It would be considered a utopia, right?
Taylor the Red Scare.
I don't know. I think
Or do you
testosterone still
think
gets in the
or
way.
do you think everything would just devolve into chaos at that
No,
point?
there's still one guy out there whose balls are swollen with juice, and he's fucking just ripped because he's got so much
yeah,
testosterone
but we
going
can
through
send
him.
him to an island by himself.
Well, we need to kill him as a child.
That's what we had Australia for, didn't we? Kill him as a child.
Kill him as a
yes.
child. If he shows like he has like a 4-inch longer dick than everybody else, and he's fucking ripped, then we shoot him in the head. Is he a baby? It makes sense.
What baby's got a 4-inch?
Have you not? Wait until you have your first kid. Zach came out with like a 6-inch long limpy. And then the fucking hormones in his body shrank him down. It was like that fucking long. It was as long as his femur. I swear to God. Yours didn't? Yours didn't. Yours didn't
No,
come out with a
my-
dick like that long?
both my boys came out with tiny fucking cocks.
Really?
Yeah.
I swear to God. She goes, it's just the hormones. I was kind of like, fuck. Like, dude, world record setter here. She goes, it's just the hormones. And it shrank down to like 4 inches when he was a kid.
Terrifying.
This is,
Shrank down to 4 inches.
Yeah.
dude, it was fucking, I swear to
see,
it was like that fucking
It's-
long
but
as
see,
a baby.
This is the difference between genetics because
Entitlement.
Dwayne is a shower
Yeah.
and I'm a grower.
I'm a grower also.
So
I think the majority
I think
of
that's
growers.
what it comes down to is they're Dwayne's kids. They're
Mm.
gonna have gigantic cocks.
No, wasn't a gigantic cock. He just had a lot
For a
of
newborn?
he had a-
6 inches?
he had
What
hormones.
are you fucking talking about? What newborn
He had-
has a 6-inch penis?
I want to put this out there. If anybody watched this, then we could confirm it, but nobody fucking watches this.
I'm just saying like
Like, we need an
if
RN
one
or a
of my
doctor.
children was
That's gross.
born and they had a 6-inch cock, I would be horrified.
and put up for abortion. or
It shrank.
adoption.
It shrank down to like that
Four-
big.
You said it shrank down to 4 inches.
Yeah, like that big.
That's
on
average,
a
right?
newborn.
Yeah, when he was.
They
It took.
have to be Dwayne's
it
kids.
took like a
because
m-
that was
oh my
not
God.
anywhere near the same thing with either of my boys. That's all I'm saying. They got the old upside down banana.
I'm just saying, hormones. If we see it in a kid with lots of hormones, we fucking shoot him because he wants to take over the fucking world. If he has small little baby hands and a decent sized cock, we fucking.
Small little baby
Well,
hands.
Trump's got small baby
His
hands,
hands will get bigger.
huh?
His dick won't, right? Why don't we just?
I don't know. It doesn't correlate.
What?
Hand
Wait,
size.
wait, you're saying his dick won't get bigger?
His hands.
I mean, dicks totally get bigger over time.
No, that's well, mine didn't. I still have a baby
hand-
dick.
They shrink.
My hands got bigger.
What?
Your dick. As I've gotten fatter, that fat pad in front of my
Or
cock
the
has gotten
the
bigger.
skin just gets looser, so it droops and it doesn't hang as high. So technically, it gets longer.
It's the same fucking
It's like a
size.
pseudo length increase.
It's just the fat pad on my pelvis has gotten bigger, so my cock shrank.
I think once they're born, we
God.
should lock up their dicks, little chastity
Ooh.
belts.
We-
Until they reach
So we
18.
don't have anybody to
married.
experiment on except for Taylor's kid.
Would your wife go for that?
Probably not.
She's a slut.
Oh.
But yeah, we talked about a moneyless society, and we could start up an fucking GoFundMe. I don't know how much you can, but that's what you
Which
need to
is
do.
based on money.
I mean,
But you have to start out as
we
society.
need like $23 million to buy that island off of Fiji.
Yeah,
I mean, if we were gonna do that seriously,
you'd have to be your own independent island.
yeah.
You'd have to start it up with money, but once you had the resources there, then
Yeah.
you could go from
Once
there.
you buy the desalinization plant, the wind farm,
Vertical farm.
the vertical farm, the
But
solar
what
panels,
about-
and all that.
We're gonna have
shit.
like the French come in to colonize or something. The British are gonna come and take.
I
the
don't
island
think
away from us.
anybody's worried about the French doing anything aggressive these days,
You wouldn't expect the French.
or like for the last 100 years.
So the French just shut down a bunch of nuclear plants.
Yeah, they're still waving the white flag to this day,
Now it's
just like back in the 40s.
it's because they have no way to cool them since the heat wave in Europe has dried up some of the rivers and stuff like that. So all they're doing is adding to the problem because the water that cools down the plant has to go back into the rivers, but it's superheated when it goes back into the rivers, causing more problems with the environment. So they've shut down a couple of their nuclear plants.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
maybe they just need to invent fusion.
California, they did.
Not for any significant length of time.
They just
Like a
did like
micro
2 weeks
thing or
ago,
something.
something like that.
Okay, having fusion function for
Oh my God.
fractions of a second
We've
or
gone through this.
seconds is not fusion. It's just we're on the way there.
So let's recap our podcast real quick. I want to. We've all established that all of our significant others are whore sluts, except Andrews. His is a princess.
It's true.
Um,
If you're watching this, I
we
don't
really
think
didn't
you're
shit
a
on
horse
Trump
fan.
too much, which was good.
I mean, we just basically said what the news has been reporting for the last 2 weeks.
Depending on what side you're on, because one side's saying that you can just willy nilly declassify anything.
No, one side is saying the law is not distributed equally across all Americans.
Yeah.
One group is saying if you're an elected official or if you have money or if you are just considered special, the law doesn't apply to you. Or if you're a company, the law doesn't apply to you.
And the last thing is like with this forgiveness of loans.
Fucking worthless.
If you are against it, you're against almost everybody in America.
Go big or go home.
Yeah.
Should have
Different than-
wiped it all, given everybody a clean slate.
Shouldn't we? We already forgave companies for like their PPP loans. Is that any different? Or do you still
Well,
feel...
and they
No,
bailed out
but-
so many industries back in 2008 and 9.
Well, that's
Yeah.
what's
And
they're
all of that was
important.
taxpayer
they're
dollars.
important. As long as we give.
No one gave a fuck about Freddie Mae and Fannie Mac or Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac until they went under. No one gave a single fuck. No one even knew what those companies were in
No,
the
but-
public until they decided to fuck themselves by
So-
being idiots.
So there is a thought that forgiving this money will be between 500 billion and $1 trillion. Freddie and Fannie Mae bailout was like 700 million.
And
Well, I'm just saying, if
Should've
we can
let
do it for them, why can't we do it for the people that actually turn the fucking wheels of this fucking society?
because they don't think that the populace turns the wheels, and everybody in
No,
power
because we're
thinks that-
infighting
thinks
cunts.
that they turn the wheels. Nothing gets done unless it's them.
Here's the difference. Here's the difference. In your mind, you think, oh, she's a princess because, she's probably never been with a bunch of guys, but in reality, she's a whore.
But some people don't want a princess. Some people want the whore.
I want the whore.
Yeah, don't you want some
Yeah, we
experience?
talked about this earlier with the virgins in heaven.
I know, but I'm just saying it's a matter of perspective. Well, somebody like on my side, they look at their wife and they go, oh, yeah, she's a fucking whore.
But that's a benefit. That's a perk.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's my thinking. But somebody else would go, don't you want a princess?
A whore, which is by definition a prostitute. Are you whoring your wife out, buddy?
I'm the
Why do you
whore.
think she makes more money than him?
It's fucking 70-30, man. And if it's hot, it's more like 90-10. I don't want to get on top right now.
Just laying on your side, just lazily pushing it in,
Yeah.
folding it up, and
Oh, I'm
placing
so
it
old.
inside her.
There's no. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Send that to me. I'll put it on the podcast.
Getting big. No,
Yeah.
you won't.
Cute
Oh.
kid. Why wouldn't I put that on the podcast? He's a cute kid.
'Cause I don't want you to put it on the podcast.
I'm just so
Someone
fucking
might
angry.
recognize him when he's out and about doing his thing.
Oh, yeah, because they're definitely fucking, oh, that must be Taylor's kid.
Oh, what is this? Have you seen how fucking blue his eyes are? Look at that.
Blue.
Fucking crazy.
My dad,
Fucking crazy.
my dad's got
shit.
those crystal blue eyes.
Yeah, like look at it with the brightness up. That's fucking insane.
He kind of looks retarded with his tongue hanging out.
Yeah, well, most
He is your kid.
Most infants do look retarded. But yeah,
Where's the titty? Where's the titty? Okay. Thank you for joining us on this episode of the Unfamiliar Podcast.
Hooray.
Mm.